What's up, YouTube? FatKings Phil here for my week 14 update. Hope everybody's having a good day. Let's cut straight to the numbers because after TJ's analysis of attention span, maybe this is all folks are hanging around for. So let's go for this. Started off at 332.8 on the day of surgery, the morning of. This morning I was 271. So I was hoping to crack that 270 mark, but it just didn't happen. But that's 2.4 pounds this week, which after last week's big loss, I'm not really complaining at all. It's a hell of a good loss, 2.5 pounds, especially given I lost a ton last week. So that brings me to 61.8 pounds total. Man, that's starting to be like a real number now. I don't know. I think when it gets to like 70, I'm going to be like, wow, that's a big number. I know that sounds crazy, but just something between the 60s and the 70s seems different. But where the hell did October go? Can anybody tell me? Has anybody seen it? Because it's the 22nd already. I can't believe it. Of course, it wouldn't be a video if I didn't have to touch my nose or clear my throat. Big things this week for other folks. I'm just going to mention them, and you guys can check them out if you haven't already seen them. If you haven't already seen them, though, I would be shocked. Nerd in Oregon lost 100 pounds. She's lost a total of 100 pounds. She made a really good video. Smile says it all. You can not look at any of the signs she holds up, and just the smile on her face says it all. Less of Sarah's been making videos for 1 year. That's huge as well. And Kirk, I think, is at goal. I think that's what I read from his picture post the other day, and he did that in 9 months. So that's pretty crazy to me to think that, a couple more months here, I could be at goal. That's nuts to me. So we'll talk a little bit about that too in a minute. But another thing is I did finally get the Quest double chocolate chunk bar, and wow, I like it a lot. I will give props, however, to a good friend of ours, K-Star, who said that some of those bars taste like dried up cookie dough that's been sitting out. And this one does have a little bit of that consistency of like a cookie dough that's a little dried out. But I liked it. So yummy. And TJ, he's been saying try nuking it. I have not tried that yet. But I wanted to try this one just out of the package to see what it was like. So I'll try the nuking on some of my other bars, some of the heavier bars that are a little more like a heavier consistency, because I think that'll be really good. Wow, I'm just distracted by the fact that my lips look really red. They've been really dried out, so I've been putting on chapstick, and so it looks like I have lipstick on or something, but nobody's been kissing me, so it's not lipstick. Okay, so it's been cold this week. Actually, today wasn't too bad, but in general, it's been cold. So I had to break out the winter clothes. I broke out my winter boots. I broke out my, which are just hiking boots, but they're the higher boots, not like just tennis shoe style. They're a little bit higher up the ankle. And then I'm sure everybody knows what boots are. I don't know why I'm describing that. And then I broke out the winter coat. So one of my winter coats is a 2X. It's way too big. And I bought that to fit me when I was much bigger. So I'm thinking that probably was mislabeled. It was probably a 3X, and I just was happy that it said 2X on it, and I bought it. That one's a waste. You can't use that one at all. It's just too damn big. I can literally fold it over my chest, like this, and it's useless. So that's no good. So I broke out. I have a long, thick black a trench coat, but it's almost like a pea coat style, like a thick wool. It's not wool. I think it's more like a cashmere type of material, but it's thick, like a blanket. Like you're wearing a blanket when you wear this thing. Problem is it's cut like a suit jacket, so it has like a V in the front, which I don't think is really good for really cold weather. You got to wear a scarf with it all the time to keep this part of your body warm, which, is fine, but it's even a little loose, which I was like, I know I weighed less when I bought this jacket than I do now. There's no way this jacket should fit this loosely, but I think it's going to do me fine for the rest of the winter. I think by the end of winter, it'll start looking a little ridiculous, but the goal here is end of winter to buy myself, or next winter rather, to buy myself a really sharp, peacoat style jacket. Probably, I don't know. I may go with the full long one again, because I really do like that in the wintertime, especially when the wind's up. Man, it's just nice. So, definitely looking like that's going to be a goal for next winter for sure. So, So moving on to other things. So size has definitely gone down, and my 40 pants fit great. I mean, even right out of the wash, my jeans are not tight at all. I'm like, wow, I just bought these and they were snug when I bought them on purpose. and they're really not feeling that snug now. So I think I could probably make it through the most of the winter with these, but maybe toward the end they're going to start being pretty baggy like the 44s were. Hopefully. So that's kind of going on. I kind of feel like I'm at that stage where, and I'm not, this is not a judgment against anybody else, but I noticed when like you lose weight, after you lose a certain amount, it's like your skin hasn't quite caught up and you look loose. You just look like flabby and loose. Even though you've lost a ton of weight, your skin hasn't caught up. You just look loose in general, just all around. I feel that way. I really feel like I'm loose. When I first wake up in the morning, it's not as bad, but then I can really see a lot of the excess skin kind of look. I guess I don't have to explain that to you guys. More like wrinkled up skin around my midsection. It's not too bad, but I'm only, I still got 45 pounds to go to the top end of my goal and 55 to my actual goal, which when you say it like that, my God, that seems like that's not that much, but it is. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's funny. I think about how much I've lost and I think, oh, that's not that much. I know that sounds crazy. 60 pounds was not that much. But when I look at what I have left to lose, I'm like, wow, that's really not that much, which they're about the same. So I don't know. My brain's screwed up. That's just the way it is. So that's that. So yeah, I'm and I'm getting really bad, what do you call it? Stretch marks right in here. And if I get brave here in the next couple weeks, I've been thinking about doing this as just doing more of a body shot and just showing you guys some of the realities of what happens when you drop a lot of weight fast. And I can kind of show you some of those less pleasant things like, stretch marks and what have you. So we'll see. Kirk blazed that path. He blazed that path in his skivvies, and I kind of feel like he's made it okay for the rest of us. So I don't know. We'll see. Don't get too excited, anybody, but we'll go from there. Okay, so let's talk about some other things that happened this week. Halloween treats. I posted this on the Facebook page, so if you're not a Fat Kings Facebook follower, you're missing out. But little food porn for you. I put up. I got these two little Halloween candies over the weekend. I bought I had to buy a box of 5 of them, but I only had 2. The little Halloween candies. They were C's candies. If you don't have a C's candy near you, lucky you, because it's probably the best candy on the planet, and it's a temptation that nobody needs. If you do, and you've never been there, don't go. Otherwise, if you know what I'm talking about, then enough said. So, got these little candies, just little, single individual candies you get like in a big box of candies, but I just had the 2. 150 calories. Ate them, loved them. They tasted amazing. Didn't bother my stomach too much, and I moved on. So I was thinking about this, right? So you take the hit and you move on. Like you decide, okay, I'm going to make a choice to eat this, and I'm going to count it in my calories for the day, and I'm going to have to give up some other calories somewhere else. So these are not the best choice calories, but I'm going to have to give up something else somewhere later in the day. So like the trick though is policing yourself, right? Because that could it could become a slippery slope, right? Like I'm going to have a cookie and I'm going to just take that calorie hit. And then I'm going to have 2 cookies and I'm just not going to eat some protein in this place. And then, pretty soon you're eating 10 cookies a day and you're not eating any protein. You could get to that point if you have a problem, right? So it's not like, this is where I think weight loss is way harder than any other abusive kind of substance that you can get addicted to. You can stop drinking completely. You don't have to it's not like you have to take a little drink a day to keep going. You can stop a drug completely. It's not like you have to have a little bit of that drug every day. It's like, oh, I got to have a little heroin today, but only a little. I can only have a little. Nobody's going to do that, right? So, in this respect, you have to eat, right? And sometimes you're going to make choices that are outside the normal range of what you should be having. I should be having protein. I should be having this. You're going to have a candy. You're going to have a cookie. If you're not having 10 cookies and you made a choice to have a cookie, or you had a choice to have a small salted caramel mocha or something, I think it's okay as long as it's not a habit on a regular basis, and you're not letting that get away from you. But I think you always need to be diligent and be aware that you could very well make it into a bad habit because you didn't get big on accident. So let's keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you can't trust yourself, don't do it. I am right on the edge of that. I don't know how I feel about that. I do it once in a while and I walk away and I seem to be okay. But I'm worried the next time I'm not going to be able to walk away. I'm going to want 20 cookies or 20, not that I could eat 20 cookies, but you know what I'm saying? Like a cookie now, a cookie in an hour, a cookie in an hour after that. I don't buy a lot of those things. Like when I do them, like I'll buy like I said, I bought the 5 little candies. I knew these kids would destroy them before I even got a chance to see them again. So I had my 2, and I left them in there, and they were gone by, the next day. So I didn't have to worry about going and getting another one, even if I wanted one. So I kind of control it in that respect. And then I keep other treats around there like candies. Some of the protein bars, like the Oh Yeah bars, are pretty sweet. They're a little higher in the calorie range, 200. So that's more than the damn, candies I ate. But it's giving me protein. It's giving me no sugars. It's giving me better. It's better fuel, if you will. So I don't eat those very often either. But I kind of treat those like a candy, and I only have them on occasion. So we belabored that enough. Yeah, so only 45 more pounds to go to 225. And I've done the math like 4 times because that just doesn't sound right to me. But that's true. If I did 45 more pounds, I'd be down to 225. 55 more pounds, I'd be down to 215. Now, I don't know if that's even doable. I really, really hope it is, because that's really my goal. I really want to see 225. I don't know, man. It's hard to believe. It's hard to think about. It's hard to conceive even. And I'm still dropping, regularly. So if I did 2.5 pounds for the next few months, that'd be fine. If it slows down a little bit as I get closer to goal, that's expected. If I'm throwing up 1.5 pounds, a pound a week as I get closer, that's just the reality of it. I mean, that's still, if I did that, I'd be well under a year to goal. But I'm not counting on that. So that's kind of just what's messing with my mind right now. And speaking of things that are messing with my mind, so there's things that I think about a lot, and I think about bringing them up in my videos, but I'm like, maybe not. So I've been talking to TJ a lot about this, and we want to resurrect Fat Kings as, I post on, or TJ posts on Monday, I post on Tuesday. We really don't have any Fat King centric stuff later in the week. Of course, we get to see all your guys' videos. It's not like we're huge attention whores that need to be, the center stage or anything, but we'd like to drop a video later in the week. So we're going to start doing Fat Kings Friday. That's right, Fat Kings Friday. So we're going to get together and do like a Google Hangout or something. We're going to pick a topic for the week. We're going to talk about it for 15, 20 minutes. The videos won't be long. I'm going to try and keep them for 15 minutes, but Christ, the 2 of us together, I can barely keep my own videos under 15 minutes, and I know he can't. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to pick one topic. We're going to discuss it. It might be a little more edgy, might be a little more opinionated. If you think we're a bunch of arrogant asses already, you probably don't want to watch that video. That's probably going to be a little more aggressive in our opinion positions. But and of course, there's always an opportunity to be smart asses, so that we can always offend just by being smart asses too. So parental guidance is suggested. That's all I'm saying. So Fat Kings Friday is coming soon. Maybe even this week, which is the plan. And then you guys can submit, once we get Fat Kings Friday going, feel free to submit us topics that you would like us to talk about. So fatkings@ymail.com will get an email to us, to both of us actually. And I got to make sure I have that forwarding over to my email, but I'll check that. So that's a good way to reach us. Or you can post topics in the notes of the Fat Kings Fridays videos, comments, and we'll suggest, we'll take those suggestions and go from there. We'll give you credit if we use your particular topic. So think about it. Once you see the first one, you get a feel for it. It'll evolve, I'm sure, over time. So that's where that is. Okay, let's talk about the April cruise a little bit. So my wife is like out. She does not want to do that. I really want to go and see everybody. I mean, I really think the better move would have been to go into the West Coast event that I missed back in October, but it didn't line up with some other plans I had. I really want to go on that cruise. I just don't know how I feel about spending $1,000 for double occupancy when I'm the only one going. I don't know if James is going yet. I don't know if his wife wants to go. There was some talk that they were going to go together. If for some reason his wife does not want to go, as my wife did not want to go, then James and I can bunk, and that'd be awesome because it'd make it cost effective. So I am still really shooting for this, but I know we're running out of time here. We only got a couple of months to get that paid for. So that's where I'm at. And it sounds like everybody who's anybody in the community is going. So I really want to be there. I don't want to miss that opportunity again. TJ can't make it because he's going to be having his first grandkid. His wife's daughter is having a baby. So that's pretty impressive right there. I tried to talk him into it. His wife said he could go, but that's a trap. She's just saying that to see if he'll take it. So we know how you ladies work. Sure, you can go if you want. which really means if you go, I'm going to kill you. So, anyway, so that's where it is. And I'm not even sure that I'm not walking into a trap, come to think of it, but I don't know. We'll see. So, oh well. All right, that's all I got for this week, guys. Did I miss anything on my little list here? Nope. All right, that's it. 15 minutes. Remember, it's good to be the king. I'm glad that's over. Let's get one of these cookies.
Put that cookie down! Now!